Here we are with Julie and Robin, and they're living on the streets right now. They have a couple things to share. Go ahead.
We were part of the pilot program in 2015 and 16 that the City Council had approved the funding and all the requirements for a person that was chronically homeless to be able to receive all the collaborative resources and the individual resources that Orange County has to offer with their different programs and stuff like CityNet, Telecare, all those. Telecare ended up being mostly for the mentally ill.
Yeah.
Okay, and so when in 2016 we filled out our application, they came out and they got us. They offered it to us and suggested that that was a course of action that we should take. You know, and so we took them up on it, and we filled out all the paperwork, gave them our financial information, gave them, you know, everything, and signed it. Had a receipt from Housing Choice Voucher program, a receipt with all the rules and everything and guidelines that we'd have to follow once we were housed. And they told us that at that time that in October of 2016 it'd be 2 months and we would be housed. I'm chronically homeless. I'm homeless on the street. I sleep on the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay. She sleeps on the concrete. It's no joke. We have no. We don't have any income. I lost my job, and I'm actually a displaced worker in Orange County. I worked for 30 years.
Our file was filed away, not signed by them.
Right,
and
so
we approved for everyone.
Right, and so, you know, with working 30 years in Orange County, you know, in the United States alone, you know, I feel like I've come from another country and that I'm not welcome in that country or this country. And stuck, and I'm a citizen. I'm a United States citizen by birth, and I worked 30 years. I have 25 years credit history. So does she. We did everything. We made every effort to get ourselves off the street and from being homeless. We were labeled with homeless, being homeless. All right. We had been in a motel, and I had lost I had lost 5 family members, and in 1 year, like a year and a half.
Wow.
And so I was dealing with that as well as losing my employment and becoming displaced. And so when that all happened, I couldn't even get any benefits or anything like that would...
Couldn't pay our motel room.
Right, we couldn't pay our motel room, we couldn't pay our rent no more, our bills. We couldn't, you know, nothing. And we had been doing it for 30 years. We lived over in Santa Ana at the same apartment community for 20 years, raised my daughter. I have 2 granddaughters. You know, I'm an artist, I'm a writer. There's so much more to us than being homeless.
Besides homeless, we're not drug addicts.
Right. I don't even drink. We don't even drink alcohol. I haven't drank in 12 years.
Awesome.
You know, and
just unemployed.
And for all the time that I've been out here, you know, and people, like even the Anaheim police have gotten out of their cars and say, "Oh, you've been homeless for 10 years." You know, well, yeah, that's when you first labeled me. That's when the unemployment department labeled me, you know, as being homeless because I lived in a motel. And well, I had lost my job, lost my work, and couldn't get new work, or retraining or anything. Not even a ticket to work program. And, you know, it kind of like lets you down. You're like, wow, I worked for 30 years. I have 140 credits. You only need 40 credits to qualify. You know, and then we signed the Section 8 housing on our own application. In 2008, they lost that application. In 2013, I reapplied for Section 8 HUD, and that were on the waiting list. 2017, after the pilot program first came around, and that's a project-based application. I'm on the waiting list for that. The one that we did with the Anaheim Police and CityNet, their homeless outreach to Anaheim, you know, it was all good that they had came. You know, it made you feel good that somebody noticed that you know, that you're in distress and needed help. You know, we're in a financial crisis. We have no funds coming in.
See, at first we were turning it down, but they kept coming to us. So finally we talked about it and said, okay, let's do this. So we do it, and they dropped the ball.
But we're both used to working. We're used to working, paying our rent, going to work, coming home. You know, that's the type of life we were used to. And so then when when I lost my family and we couldn't pay our rent at the motel no more, and then we couldn't get any benefits, any resources. No matter, I don't care what anybody says, we couldn't get nothing, and except food stamps. The U.S. Food and Agriculture Department, they made sure we were eating, you know, and it's all good, but you can't carry your food with you. You have no place to put it.
Sure,
you know?
It's hard.
And so, you know, it just becomes a backlog of paperwork that you know is stalled, and we're out here going, hey, you know, we're not like what you picture us to be, you know, just because of the word homeless.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, they judge everyone the same.
Yeah, and see, the people that were helped at the riverbed, they separated it according to mental illness and, you know, your physical disabilities and that kind of thing, and that's where Telenet came in and helped. And then when that happened, illuminations came in, and people were released from hospitals to different motels that illumination ran. And then CityNet kind of, I don't know what happened with CityNet, because it's like, I'm unemployed, that's all that's wrong with me, you know, it's an easy fix. I mean, it's a real easy fix, you know, and they complicate it. They complicate it, you know. It's like, okay, I'm sitting here, 10 years of my life has went by. I've had great, devastating loss as far as losing my family, and I'm in a distressed situation, and I'm asking for a return of the work that I've done for 30 years, you know. You know, give me some kind of credit here. You know? And we patronize all the businesses in the area. We, you know, we don't destroy nothing. We're not violent people. We're simply, you know, I'm faced with, I don't have no money to provide my family a place to live.
And the rent is just ridiculous.
And the rent, there's no
Crazy.
rent cap. There's no rent cap. So, you know, how much does it cost to house people, house homeless people? A lot, until you put a rent cap on the rent. Because once they hear, oh, you're gonna fund housing all these homeless people, well, my rent just went up. Because you're gonna come to me and you're gonna need my facility, and we're gonna negotiate a contract, and I'm gonna get your money, because I don't want it to go to all those homeless people. I want it as a owner of a property that you guys are gonna use, you know. And that's basically what happened. And you know, I understand that it was mentally ill people, and that they needed to have attention and be housed, you know. But when you provide funds as a government, you put it into action, the money, and it hits the place it's supposed to go to, and then they take it and do it to just a certain category of people. You've just let down every other person that is in a different category, because they're a different individual. Their life story is different. The reason they became homeless is different. Okay, not one of the people became homeless because of mental illness. No. They became homeless just because of the way things are. You know?
I did a research with Judge Carter. I went to the hearing regarding the lawsuit. There's plenty of land. The county has millions of dollars they're not spending, that they're supposed to be spending to help the homeless. So it isn't about resources, it's a lack of priorities on their part as far as...
Why do I have to wait on a piece of paper to get housed? I am at risk here. My mental health, my medical disposition,
our safety,
you know,
as well.
Our safety. I'm not, you know, I read an ad today. It said homelessness and drug addiction and the crime that goes along with it. All right, and it was an ad for a political campaign.
Oh, sure, they always want to give him a bad light.
I mean, I have nothing against anybody that's in politics or anything. You know,
just don't judge everyone the same.
You know, don't just because I'm homeless. Don't advertise that, because it's like you just stigmatize everybody that's under that label.
Yeah, it's a bigotry.
And you know what? I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even. I smoke a half a pack of cigarettes. You know. I lost my job. I became displaced. You know. And the agencies that are supposed to handle an individual like that didn't process it right. And that's all I can say is that it was a letdown in the way that the agencies like unemployment and that how they handle people that become unemployed. It's like, and so for every definition of being disabled, I'm totally incapacitated here. Okay, I have no income coming in. Okay, I have no vehicle. I don't have a job. I have no way of generating money. Okay, no way at all. I've went to every agency, tried to do it the legal way, the honest way, the upright community, community member, and try not to offend nobody or disrespect nobody or their properties.
Yeah.
And now, if I want something to eat tonight, or I want to provide a roof over my family's head, I have to commit a crime to get that money, to get that, and it could be simply as standing out there on the street and storing my stuff in public, because you don't want, the business owners don't want me standing on the property.
Now let me get back to that now. Recently, have people been getting tickets for storing property in public?
Yes, they took Lisa's property from her.
For storing, yeah, they came, the code enforcement.
Was she
came.
with her property?
She was standing by it, yeah.
And they took her property?
And it wasn't in a locked, secured.
What day was this?